Yeah, because up next was Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville versus Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel.
This was so much fun. I'll let you take the reins first, though. Tell us what you thought about this match.
I was so distracted because I just needed my entire body to just hate Natalya that I couldn't even pay attention to this match.
Oh my god. You know what? I know it would be an intergender matchup, and I don't think it would be signed on unless you guys got tag partners, but I really want Natalya versus Ashton in WrestleMania 31 now. It's like, that's the
She would kick my butt, too.
That's the selling point, dude. Like,
I mean, have you heard? She's a dominatrix. She's dominant. I can't stand up to that.
I just learned how to sleep again. I think you just regressed me back a few weeks. But no, like, that's the selling point of the whole feud. Natalya, I use my entire body for the sole purpose of hating you. And it's just, in the Megadome. It's just so perfect.
No. In the Silver Dome, brother.
Exactly. But no, dude, I totally get where you're coming from. And again, I want to kind of bring it down because you and I have been on such high energy.
Dude, here's the thing. I popped bigger during this match when Natalya took a bump than anything else anyone did. Although, that's tough to say because Adrian Neville did some freaking bonkers things in this match that popped me pretty good.
Didn't he even do a Phoenix Splash in this match?
He did. Dude, no, he didn't just do a Phoenix. He did a Phoenix Splash off of Sami Zayn's back.
This really is the man that gravity forgot. He is really incredible, and you know
it wasn't really even technically a Phoenix Splash. It was just a moonsault with a corkscrew in it, like a Starship Pain, but it wasn't split-legged.
Well, still though, that sounds incredibly impressive from where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
And visually, of course, a move like that is stunning. And see, that's why moments like that really make me hate myself for being honestly critical of Neville for lacking in just every other department. Oh God, if this guy had a better look, up top, we say in the face, and yeah,
which is hilarious because you say all he really has is how amazing he is in the ring. The dude's built like a Greek god.
He is. No, there can be no question. This guy has an amazing build.
Somebody needs to get him in touch with Nikki Bella's plastic surgeon because if they can get that face fixed up, he's going to make the WWE billions of dollars.
And he would too because, dude, he's just so fun. Like, how can you not invest in an Adrian Neville match? Hell, how could you not invest in a Sami Zayn match? And when you put those two together, you come to the logical conclusion of, hey, how could you conceivably not invest when these guys are on the same team? And they were, and it was awesome. And to get back to what I wanted to say earlier, because I was saying that you and I are like so high energy, and I'm just laughing my tail off. But I'm being very serious when I say that I hope that, and I think you and I are in the minority, at least as far as NXT is concerned, because NXT did chant for, like, we want Natty, and they did chant for Natalya exclusively at one point in this match. So I don't think her, being annoying to us, I don't think that's a majority view, at least as far as the NXT arena is concerned.
Right.
So she really will be an object of sympathy, because I was getting ready to say that I hope she doesn't accidentally hurt Tyson Kidd's heel turn by making him the more sympathetic one when people really look at Natalya and go, wow.
No, that'll just be us. We'll just be cheering for Tyson Kidd secretly.
Exactly. Dude.
I've never been more of a fan of domestic abuse in my life.
Oh my God. Ignoring that, I was going to say that we had some really great aerial stylings in this match. Oh my God, the lawsuits that are going to come. David Otunga, Dave. But no, we had one point Sami Zayn comes off the top rope with a senton, takes everybody else out. Justin Gabriel, he does some great heel tactics. You even called him a brilliant tactician at one point because Kidd got him in the corner and the babyface was struggling, and Gabriel made it a point to kick him in the head while he was on the outside. So Kidd and Gabriel worked very well together. Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville, do you even need to ask? No, you don't need to ask. They worked phenomenally together. This was a really fun main event, dude.
Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville as a tag team is just weird because it's like I feel like either one of these guys probably could have beaten both of the other guys if it had been 1-on-2 in a handicap match because Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville are both so OP as babyfaces. But together, they cancel each other out, and Tyson Kidd picked up the win here.
Well, personally, I have a conspiracy theory that I'll start circulating through the internet. Well, I guess now. I mean, clearly, they didn't do a backstage ritual of saying to each other, let our powers combine. And so they were really divided. And then,
Didn't they? You know what else they didn't do? They didn't do the fusion dance.
It's so obvious. How could we have not seen it before? But yeah, the ending was fantastic because Natalia, I think, does try and get involved because I think she sees that Tyson is kind of regressing a little bit to that dark side, being a bit too
No. Tyson was selling his knee like crazy.
Oh, that's right. Yes, Tyson was selling the knee, which he got me initially because when he grabbed it on the outside after Zayn did his dive, I'm like, oh, I hope he's a really good seller because that looks bad.
Yeah.
And thankfully, he was.
Yeah.
And once again, as if it surprises anybody or their mothers, John got suckered. Because I'm thinking, oh, it's a gag. And then I'm like, oh, God, I should be pitied. So then he's in the corner really selling the knee. Natalia's getting in there. Natalia checks on him. And then how did the bump happen? Was it just that Kid pushed Zayn into Natalia?
No, it was
or was it Gabriel?
No. It was that Zayn was in the ring and the ref had pulled him away and he was looking at the ref. So Tyson saw an opening and he went to throw a punch at Zayn, but he caught it and punched Kid, knocking him into Natalia.
That's right. So he was exposed for being a faker, but ultimately that led to Natalia falling, and then Kid feigning concern, and Sami Zayn, of course, is genuine because he's the babyface, right. And Kid's like, well, wait a second, let me check on her. Now, I'll be honest, I originally thought that Kid was going to do his springboard leg drop like across the throat of Zayn and pin him that way, but nope, he just sneaks out the back door, gets the roll-up, gets the pin, and then I love the post-match celebration because he has got a grin as big as Texas on his face.
He was so happy.
He's like, I did it. You would have thought that it was CLB Christian winning the world title. It was just fantastic.
It was almost as if he got two things that he really wanted. It was almost as if he wanted to win the match almost as much as he wanted to see his wife get knocked off the apron.
And that actually is a good segue into the next part because then he realizes, wait, I have to keep the ruse up. So he races to his wife. And he's like, oh, sweetie, are you okay? We won the match, but are you okay? We won the match. And he checks on her, and Zayn's just looking like, son of a bitch, I lose again.
And you know what, dude? You know that this whole thing is setting up to a point where Natalia is going to slap the taste out of Tyson Kidd's mouth.
You know what, though? I don't know if I want that because there was, I'll put it in context for you. There was a storyline that I ended up being a big fan of for a multitude of reasons, one of which being it did involve Chris Benoit. I'll get that out of the way right now. It was Chris Benoit and Booker T's feud over the United States Championship. But another reason why I loved it was one of those times where, again, I was getting older. When you get older, the business gets demystified a little bit. You know, it's the nature of the beast. But they got me here because Sharmell, Booker T's wife, was cheating on his behalf and doing things on his behalf, and Booker would act completely aloof to it. Like he didn't know she was doing those things. And ultimately, her interference and her shenanigans got him in the United States Championship match and ultimately the championship. Then I think like a week or two after he won the title, he revealed that he knew it all along. I would love if Tyson Kidd and Natalia showed that they were really collaborating and that Natalia was just playing this supposedly victimized pawn in order to get Tyson to where he deserves to be because they're hearts and they deserve everything without even having to work for them. Or something like that. I think that would be brilliant because I really loved how Booker T and Sharmell did it. I have to give them credit. It was fantastic. They even joked about it in a promo that they deserved an Oscar for their performance. And I'd love to see Tyson Kidd and Natalia go down a similar path. But yeah, Tyson just reveling in that victory, all the while Natalia doesn't even know where the hell she is. And Sami Zayn is just thinking, you know, I know Cesaro taught me how to lose, but can somebody please teach me how to win? Yeah. It's just another loss. And then
you know what, dude? I think Corey Graves taught him how to win because he beat him. Or no, not Corey Graves. Was it Corey Graves? No, Leo Kruger. It was Leo Kruger. Because Leo Kruger's last match as Leo Kruger, he lost to Sami Zayn 2 straight falls in a 2 out of 3 fall. Like, Leo Kruger didn't even get a fall. It was just Sami Zayn picks up a pin and then another pin and the match is over. Like 2 out of 3 falls. Why not just do 2 falls?
I'm so glad you remember that because I didn't. So I guess Sami did learn how to win, but it's buried in just all the losses he suffered recently. And Neville's probably thinking, Well, I rarely ever lose. I wonder how I process this. At least I'm still NXT champion. Ah,
Yeah, and of course, he couldn't eat the pin because he is NXT champion, and if he would have eaten the pin, then Kid would have gotten another freaking title shot, and apparently NXT doesn't want to go that way.
yeah, which is a shame. But you know what? I like this Sami Zayn Kid feud, and especially if Natalya is going to play a more prominent role. And I don't say this jokingly to satiate our really wonderful sense of humor, but this is a good role for her to, keep being in the crossfire. And you guys already know what I want. I want her to make the reveal of, me sympathetic, we're hearts. Get in the back of the line. And
But John, hearts are honorable.
that's why they lose. How did Paul Heyman say it? And that's why you don't have the championship.
No, but a Flair left with the title tonight.
Exactly. Oh, so good. Heyman knows how to
just what buttons to push.
Not just what buttons to push, but he is the best salt thrower in open wounds I've ever seen. He needs to teach me his precision because it is glorious. Dead center every time. So Ashton, after this really fun review, do you have anything else you want to say before we move on to our next segment?
I personally think Natalya is just Tyson Kidd because she doesn't know nearly as well as Tyson Kidd how to throw out facts.
There you go. With that said, let us get right into our next segment. High spots and low shots. I'll tell you what, my low shot is Wesley Blake.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, you know what, dude, and I say that, and I'm sure other people had worse nights, but for me, Sin Cara is never known as the giver of a squash match. He's always been historically the recipient.
Yep.
So when you're on that receiving end in that moment in history, it's not in a good way. This was Wesley Blake's time to really establish himself maybe as a personality. You figure, Sin Cara, everybody steamrolls him, and you got schooled.
Yep.
Big time. Bad night for Wesley Blake. That cowboy needs to rein that horse in and think about, maybe a new direction.
But John, he's a real cowboy.
Not working out, man. He wasn't quick enough to the draw. So I'm curious, because I loved you a wide field with such an obscure choice. Who is your low shot?
First of all, I just wanted to add, Wesley Blake clearly needs a better lasso.
Obviously.
But what I was going to say is my low shot, pretty obvious. Sami Zayn eats the pin from Tyson Kidd.
What a horrible night. The guy can't get on a roll. It's really sad. My high spots, I'm going to invoke what we sometimes do. I'm going to have just a secondary, I guess, honorable high spot that's not meant to be taken as legitimately as my genuine high spot. My honorary high spot, I would just say the entire NXT universe from the crowd right onto the talent. This was an amazing show, and the kind of review that we had with all the laughs and the impassioned discussions, this has been one of my favorite TwitWows, already with just how great everything was and what we talked about, and we can thank just everybody at NXT for that. They're absolutely phenomenal. This is the program that everybody should be watching, and we say it every week, and now I want to put it in this kind of a platform to show you how serious I am. Anybody who does not watch this, you need to remedy that. They're missing out, and you need to remedy that immediately. So that's my honorary high spot. Putting it more seriously, I will say that my genuine high spot, giving the ladies some love, Summer Rae.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, you know what? She's the number one contender for the NXT Championship, NXT Women's Championship, a championship that I think is quite prestigious.
Yes.
The bouts and the championships that it has had. So Summer has quite a feather in the cap, and not only that, this is a personal agenda for Summer Rae because standing across from her will be the woman that she believes that she helped groom, the former BFF, Charlotte. It's sure to be, a very interesting clash given their styles. I look forward to it. I think the women at NXT are really showing the promise that women's wrestling can have in the mainstream because I think the knockouts, even though I haven't seen them in a while, to me, I think they've totally been watered down. And I feel like the NXT women are what the TNA knockouts used to be, if not better. Yeah. So I'm really loving them. So big ups to Summer.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm going to use this as my high spot just because I feel like I'm not going to really get too many chances to do it in the future. My high spot, Sin Cara.
There you go. It's so funny because I think you'd pretty much give him your high spot for the same reasons that Wesley Blake was my low shot. I mean, he was so dominant in that match.
And you know what? It wasn't even just that he was dominant in that Wesley Blake barely got no offense. It was that it felt like they were trying to be like, okay, if you don't watch NXT, you're missing out on this. And Sin Cara was the face of why you should watch NXT, because this is the kind of stuff that you'll see if you do.
His athleticism was probably one of the best product placements you could have had.
Yeah, it really did. It felt like an exhibition. You said that earlier. I sign onto that wholeheartedly. Sin Cara is my high spot.
You know what? I doubt it, but I hope that he may be getting some kind of a mini push or something, because if he is, this match was a brilliant means of laying the groundwork.
Yeah.
Excellent. As you and I have both, co-signed onto, this was an excellent exhibition match. I feel like stars like him, or even young guys, when you really want to show what they're capable of, need a match like this from time to time. Neville got a few of these when he first won the NXT Championship, and I felt like that really got the crowd who may not know him or may have tuned in to not Takeover, Arrival to know who Neville was. So I think it's a great means of really grooming guys for pushes or doing whatever your agenda is. And so very happy for Sin Cara. With that said, I don't think you and I have anything more to say.
Go.
So to wrap it up, this has been NXT. This has been TwitWow, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. I'm John. That's my cohort and commentary, Ashton. Guys, comment and subscribe on YouTube. Discuss on Tweetov. I mean, there is so much to discuss on this one episode alone. Come at us, please. And we will see you again for our Friday night SmackDown review, where we will find out if the Viper Randy Orton can break the code that is Y2J Chris Jericho. See you then, guys.